Smash Analysis is a series in which I go through the roster of Super Smash Bros. And I give my own thoughts and opinion based on what I've played of the fighter, what I've played against of the fighter, and what I've seen from professionals and what professionals have said about the fighter. Now, when it comes down to it, these videos are all my opinion, and I may be wrong in some things, but if I am, tell me down in the comments below if I am after the video, and be civil about it. I really don't like responding to people who just go monkey mode, alright? With that all being said, I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you do, you know what to do.
Here comes a new challenger!
Hello everyone, and welcome to Smash Analysis, and in this one we're going to be focusing on Mewtwo, and why he's a potential top tier held back by a little problem. And that is, if you know anything about Mewtwo, that's his tail. Now, you don't need me to tell you that this tail, why does it exist? And why, why is it here? Right? It doesn't help that when Mewtwo runs, he extends himself like that, right? It doesn't help when he jumps, you know, he moves his tail around. There's there's nothing, why? Now, obviously the reason why they made him have a tail hurt box is because, you know, he uses moves with his tail, right? Makes sense. You know, the tail is essentially a big sword. But when it comes to Mewtwo's tail, I'd argue that at the very least they should have the hitbox be like not as long as it is, probably cut it like less than half, somewhere around where the, like, if I had to give a rough estimate, let's look at the platform here. All right, if I had to, right here, if I had to be like where the cutoff point should be, it should basically be, see how like there's like that curve in his tail? See that curve there? It's kind of hard to see, but anything beyond that curve should just be deleted. All right, there's no reason for him to have this massive tail. Plus, his tail is stronger at the base. I don't know if you guys know that, but it's stronger at the base. So with that all being said, there's no reason for Mewtwo to really have this large tail, and it's really what holds him back, in all honesty, right? Because this character is really good. I'm gonna explain why, and why his tail really hurts him more than it should. So let's begin. So the reason why we have Lucario here is that I've explained in a previous, in a previous analysis with Lucario, Lucario has a lot of issues. Mewtwo does not have these issues that Lucario has outside of the tail, because obviously Lucario has a tail hurt box. The thing about Mewtwo is that Mewtwo has a lot of combos, a lot of big hitboxes with really good priority. He has a very spammable projectile that may not seem like it does a lot of damage, but over time it adds up, right? Especially when you can just fire them off like this. And there are other benefits to these shadow balls, including the fully charged one, right? He has a kill confirm. That's sweet spots around here, you know, and so he has confirms, he has incredible throws. Down throw, if you DI away, obviously it's not really that great, so I guess, like, in a sense, just kind of buff it a little bit more, just so, like, at higher percents it's actually, at like lower percents it's a true combo throw, and then at later percents it's not that great. But forward throw does a lot of damage, and up throw and back throw are kill throws. Very good kill throws, I should stress. So ultimately Mewtwo has an amazing neutral with Shadow Ball, a kill confirm, a really good recovery. Now, teleport recoveries kind of suck. When I'm talking about getting back to stage, he barely has any lag when he lands with teleport, and with just about any teleport, I believe he can teleport cancel, or platform cancel with teleport. Maybe I just suck. But even if he doesn't have that, that doesn't take away no, he does. Okay, yeah, there you go. I was just bad. But like when it comes down to it, Mewtwo has very fast moves with very big hitboxes that also come out decently fast. All right, And you know, even though disable isn't like the greatest of tools, at least it's helpful in the pinch. You know, if someone messes up their punish, boom, bam, they're dead, right? This is basically Ganondorf down smash from Smash 4. You know, very spammable. You could throw it out and then run away, right? Well, you could run away if not for that tail, but even still, you know, very good up smash and very, you know, for killing and with punishing, because I believe it is stronger at the tip essentially instead of the base. Yeah, it is. So there you go. And you can angle it so you can catch people on ledge. Though this move I would say is more superior just because of how fast it is in comparison. But whatever, up to you. Preferences. Now let's talk about Shadow Ball. Right? So Shadow Ball, very good projectile, like I said. It does not have a hitbox while charging, unlike Lucario's Aura Sphere, as you can see here. But what it does have in comparison is combos even from a distance. Regardless of how charged the move is, Shadow Ball is really good. So as an example, this you can run behind and you can combo from. So as an example, you could do something like that with mini Shadow Ball. And if you want even more damage, you fully charge that thing. And you just boom. So regardless of how charged this thing is, you can always get a combo from it, right? That's really good. So you essentially have a projectile that from full screen, not full screen, but for a long range, it goes decent a bit. Yeah, this is mini. It goes over battlefield, like over half the battlefield. That's crazy. And even, you know, and the fully charged Shadow Ball goes, you know, over battlefield. All right, this thing's a mammoth. All right, and you can, like I said, you can combo off of it. So that's really good. The fact, and again, you can just spam these out. There's no risk in throwing these out as much as I am. You know, and if you feel one's gonna hit, and land, there you go. And hey, you can confirm off of this. You can confirm off of this. Let's go for like an even higher percent. Like that's just true, you know, because you can just run behind Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball is really good. It's a really good projectile. So Mewtwo has an amazing kit. However, despite having an amazing kit, Mewtwo has two issues. Now, one of them is his weight. Now, when it comes to it, the weight aspect is justified because it's for balancing purposes. Mewtwo is a very strong character, and in all honesty, people say Pikachu's the best character in the game, and even before Pichu, people would say Pichu is the best character in the game, and Pichu is the lightest character in the game. So weight doesn't really matter. It's just that for Mewtwo, he's a big body in comparison to those characters. They're smaller, he's bigger, and so he's gonna get hit a lot more, but I think that's fine for the tools that he has to compensate for his big size. The other issue is, of course, the tail. I don't understand why. Now, in Smash 4, they did cut off the tail hurt box, like, be way less than it actually is. And then they just brought it back for whatever reason. You know, I mean, just look at how big that tail really is. Alright, to put that into perspective, when you're running like this, you're gonna get caught because of your tail. When you're trying to jump around or whatever, you know, or trying to move. I mean, Mewtwo really he really puts his tail out there. You know, it isn't up close to him as much as it should be, which will lead to strange interactions. Now, sure, they made it smaller a few patches ago, but it still doesn't fix it. The main issue with Mewtwo's tail hurt box isn't that it exists, but the fact that it's just too massive that Mewtwo will get caught by basically anything. So I do think it needs to be cut. I do think that it's just way too much for Mewtwo to have. He's going to get clipped by a lot of things. I'm telling you what I know, guys. My personal opinion, I think Mewtwo would easily be a top tier character if not for this tail, because he has so many great things about him. He has so many amazing tools, so many amazing moves. There's like kill throws. He has things characters wish they had, that he does have, but he has that stupid tail. So not only is he light, but he's going to get clipped and die early. All right, he's gonna die extremely early, earlier than most characters in the game. All right, because like as an example, I would argue that even though Jigglypuff, let's use Jigglypuff as an example, I'd argue Jigglypuff, despite being lighter, would live longer, because even though she's not the greatest, right? I'm just making this comparison. Even though she's not the greatest, because of her air movement and her smaller size, she's harder to hit, especially when she's moving around in the air. Whereas with Mewtwo, regardless if he's on the air or on the ground, it doesn't matter if his airspeed or ground speed is great, he's gonna get clipped and he's gonna die early for it. So I do think Mewtwo, in my opinion, these what his buffs should be in order for him to really reach that status of top tier. Alright, so the 2 buffs I would like, and it's just 2, and I think that's all he ever needs. Make down throw not have as much DI as it should, like even at 0, because like I'm gonna grab, I'm gonna hold away. Alright, I'm gonna down throw. Like, I'm trying to remember. There's like a specific DI or whatever. Well, somewhere around like later percents, it's just harder to combo into fair. So I just think it should be a better move at like low percents, or like low to mid, right? And then like high percents, you have to basically rely on other buffs, like stuff like that, you know. But so far, and the only other buff is of course cut the tail in half, and that's about it. I think those are the only 2 things he really needs, because he's like, let me just put this clear. He has great things, but he's not the easiest character to master, right? Like there are a lot of things to this character than meets the eye. All right, I think Mewtwo's a very scary character. It's just that you're not really gonna see it until they remove that tail, because otherwise I feel people would be playing him if not for that issue and that issue alone. But yeah, I mean, otherwise Mewtwo's great. Mewtwo's a great character, but he's just held back by his tail. That's what sucks. This is why this analysis ain't that long. You don't need me to tell you Mewtwo's great. You just need me to remind you that he only sucks because of one stupid aspect to his character. And that's really unfortunate. But hey, with that all being said, I hope you enjoyed. Like I said, this analysis was very short in comparison to a lot of the other ones, but that's fine. I think it's best to be that way because, I mean, like I said, there's not really a lot to talk about except this jab. I guess I should have mentioned. Look, guys, I feel bad if you get hit by this thing. All right, you get hit by this thing. Say you're trying to be a good boy, try to, you try to regular get up, and Mewtwo's like, you're just trying to SDI out. I mean, you can, but I mean, you're still basically gonna take 30, like 20 to 30, just by getting jabbed. That's hilarious to me. Especially when this happens. Oh, when you're inside of him, there's nothing you can do about it. You're gonna take 30 just by getting jabbed. Lol. All right, but that's about it. Okay. Yeah, I know you can SDI it, but even still, you're taking at least 20 per jab, and that's hilarious to me. All right. And this ain't a bad jab to like just throw out. If anyone knows something that I do, I like to do jab checks on shield, where someone will shield and I'll jab them, right? And just to like make them panic, they'll probably try to air dodge or roll, and then I catch them. Mewtwo's really good at doing that because I mean, he can really act fast out of just hitting jab 1 afterwards. So use that. Use jab checks with Mewtwo. Mewtwo jab checks, nice. Mewtwo's one of the best jabs in the game. All right, that's pretty much it. That was it for the analysis. not much else to say. Mewtwo's great. Mewtwo's a great character held back by a stupid tail. That's all you need me to say. I hope you guys take care of yourself. Please be careful out there, you know, and if you enjoyed the content, you know what to do. There is that funny red button, because I would like to reach 300 before the end of the year. But hey, that's just me saying that. And with that all being said, take care, guys, and be safe. Bye-bye.